I never figured that all my time playing Farm Simulator would actually pay off with the new property. Hello YouTubers, this is the noobifier on the 8th of August 2024. We had Inside Star Citizen Alpha 4.0 playing with fire. Here's what you need to know. Jared began with the regular intro, and we were told that with 4.0 we will begin to have to deal with fire inside of our ships. Something else. The servers wouldn't be able to handle large-scale fires in general, so the developers focused just on making inside of our ships flammable. Not all of them, some of them. Ship items that hit 0 points will probably start a fire, and ship items that are in poor health also have a random chance to ignite a fire, and of course, there's specific damage from a player that will ignite a fire. A player can also auto-ignite the interior of a ship if the situation presents itself, and they used the example of you opening a door of your ship on the surface of a planet that is like 1,000,000 degrees Kelvin. They spoke about the fire triangle, which is your fuel, oxygen, and ignition. Everything is modeled properly, so if you let things get out of control or do something to make the situation worse, it will. The player must consider the materials that are on fire. Glass will not burn, and metal is highly resistant, but you need to consider that perhaps that behind the metal bulkhead, there might be very flammable components or hoses. Cargo may be highly flammable, loose items that are lying around might be flammable. Your character is not flammable, but fire and burn damage will injure and eventually kill you. 4.0, as I said, will not have external fires, but if two ships are very close together, that might present the risk that the fire would jump from one to the other, or that a player can bring a piece of burning material into the second ship just to be a dick. Fire will look the same for all players, and this was a major challenge for the developers. They said that the results are repeatable and reliable. They said currently if a player has very poor internet connection, it might desynchronize the fire, so they've added a systemic timer that would periodically reset so that everyone sees the same thing. Fire extinguishers are coming and you need to plan its use. It's its own full-on minigame, they said. The little fire extinguisher has its own heat indicator and some other factors. After putting it out, you can let a fire idle, but it might come back unless you keep on it. Ships that have a functioning life support will provide a recharge for the extinguishers. A fire left unchecked will fully consume the ship. A total loss. Resource network system will allow the player to turn off life support to extinguish the fire room by room. You may vent to space and let the heat dissipate as a way to save the ship. Visible burn damage from a fire will be persistent until the player decides to repair, and this is a general repair for now, as there's no mechanism in place to allow you to fix it manually. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.